guys, Rachele here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So this video today is going to be all about the herbs that are around us, herbs that we forage, that we can find in our yard or somewhere locally, or ones that we grow ourselves. So I have split this up into a few different little clips, but I wanted to start off this way, and this is part of our Witchy Wisdom Wednesdays, and it is the hashtag herbs or herbs around us. And so what you see here is my banana peel and oranges. I had that this morning. So what I do is I let these dry out. I'll probably put them on a larger tray or something, you know, lined paper, and then spread them out so that they dry. And then this is the dried banana peel and orange peels. And so you can take literally things that you consume and use those parts. So orange peels draw to you love, divination, luck, money, home and business, blessings. Can be used in oils, sages, charms, etc. So, oh, and here I have some purple dead nettle. Bananas can be used for resiliency and wealth, to increase money, luck, spirituality. Can be a signification of like the male god and stamina for men, all those things. So hang tight, and I'm going to show you a few things that I have around my house and that I'm growing. So here is my basil. I've got to replant it, but I'm kind of afraid to replant it in this. I think I'm going to get even bigger than that, just because they grow really, really fast. It's very hardy. And then this is my mint. I had to just put them under, or put them by my arrow garden. This is my arrow garden. This is over in my little herb corner. Because I had my basil and my mint both up on my prosperity altar, as well as my daisies. But for the last few days, it's done nothing but rain, 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 and cloud cover. So I mean, there was no sun. There's not been any sun. And they're in, like, my prosperity altar is right at the window where we get usually the most sun, but they've just not been doing well. So I brought them down here to be underneath this. And these are all daisies. They're actually starting to come back. They look a lot better after being under the grow lamp. And then in my arrow garden, I have rosemary. I started these about 2.5 weeks ago. So I have 2 rosemary. I have 2 sage. And I have 2 chamomile. And I'll show you what the roots are looking like. I'm going to be replanting these soon in 2 pots. See, you can see one. Yeah. So it's just been so much cloud cover. I have not been able to put stuff out yet, and it's still been cold back and forth, rainy and nasty for the last few days, 3-4 days, pretty much like non-stop. My yard is flooded. I guess that's what you get for Michigan weather. But so anyways, tomorrow we're supposed to have sunshine, so I can hopefully go walk out and show you just a couple of things that I have outside. But for the most part, this is what I'm starting with. I do have some lavender out on my deck that hopefully is coming back from last year. It was my first year, but I got it towards the end of the year. So as far as foraging for my own herbs and stuff like that, this is about the extent of what I have. I've tried growing before, but other than in the Arrow Garden. The Arrow Garden is like foolproof. Trust me, I do not have a green thumb, and it works really good. But I mean, if I can show you, it tells you that the water's okay. I don't know if you can even see in there. Probably not. But that's filled with water. And then you put it on a cycle. There's nutrients that you put into the water every 14 days or so. And you just make sure that it stays with water. And because these are herbs, the grow lamp stays on for like 17 hours a day. And it automatically shuts off. So, I mean, it's just like so wonderful. The only problem is if I don't replant these soon, all of the roots are going to start growing into each other, and then eventually this fills up like what I had last year. And I'm going to put a link, or I should say a card up in this corner showing some of my process before, when I was growing basil and dill and thyme and mint and all that. I mean, it was just massive. It was overgrowing. But I had to essentially cut all the roots in order to get it out of there. And it was just overgrowing. I think I got like 3 huge harvests from it. So this year, I'm planning on doing it a little bit different, like I said, and replanting all of this stuff soon, so that I don't have to worry about the roots all growing in with each other, and that way I can keep it. And we want to set up in the summertime, you know, take the plants all outside. In the wintertime, get some growing lights and get some shelves and house them that way. Because all of our windows, we don't have a lot of sun that comes in the right directions. So we have that. Plus, we've got cloud cover all the time, it seems like, in the wintertime. So nothing grows really well. So we need the grow lamps. The grow lamps work phenomenal. So I will hopefully be showing a little bit tomorrow. And thank you so much. This is part of my backyard. I've got the little white things all everywhere. We still don't have our pool opened yet, just because of the weather here. But yeah, all of the different rocks, and there's tons of different kinds of rocks that are local to Michigan. Like, what's this one? Oh, there's a little fossil in there. A shell, do you see that? What do you know? Well, that's cool. But yeah, as far as, my husband's got to get these weeds out of here again. All of the, out of all of the stone that we have. And it goes all the way around. And then we've got it over there and over there. We've got it in our front yard. So I sometimes even come out here and pick through the rocks to see what I have. I have a few of them already in the house that are rocks that I found. So here is some lavender and that I got last year towards the end. And although I don't see a whole bunch coming back on this side, I do see one back here. But, oh, looks like I got, yeah. And then I've got more that's coming back now here. This is like my first year having lavender, so I really don't know what I'm doing. I hope I did this right. I did end up cutting it down yesterday because it was a lot of this, you know, a lot of this. but I do see where it's coming back on those stalks. So that's kind of, you know, new to me. So I'm hoping I'm doing that correct. If you've got, you know, any ideas or have knowledge on English lavender, where am I at? I can't see my screen. Sorry, guys. There we go. English lavender. Then let me know. I do have a vine that's growing up through my evergreen, and it is, you can see it higher up there, the vine that's running through there. You can see it here. There's some down there too. Yep. And that is Bittersweet Nightshade. So as that comes in this year, which, I mean, this is where I'm standing. This is where my head is. So if you look up, I mean, it's a huge tree, right? And it's growing all the way up there. So we're going to try and get it out of there, but I don't know if we're going to be able to reach up that high. My major concern is at least the lower ones, because I don't want Sully to get a hold of them. Just because the berries can be poisonous. So that's some of the herbs that I have. So there you have it, guys. That was my little itty bitty tour of my arrow garden, and I even showed the rocks that I have all over the place. I'm always finding different rocks. We also have ones out front. So you know, you can scavenge your yard for stuff like that as well. But also, like I said, the practical use of, you know, your banana peels and your oranges, and using that. And I did find, like I said, and this is all dried out now, it's purple dead nettle. It can be used for happiness, and this was just growing in my yard. And before my husband ended up spraying the yard, which he does, and there's no way I can talk him out of it. That's pretty much his domain, so I just let him have it. So before he sprayed, I said, let me go grab that really quick. So I pulled the whole thing out, and it can be used in magic for happiness and cheerfulness. It can be used in loose incense in order to help lift the spirits. It can be used in healing magic. So that's just something that I got out of my yard, that was growing in my yard. Many people have dandelions and can make dandelion tea, and oh, I'm seeing that already. I think it's just absolutely wonderful. I do have daylilies in my front yard, a few plants. They have not started coming up yet. The leaves have, but not the actual flowers themselves. So once those come up, I'm excited about those. I do plan on keeping those this year and drying those out when the season is ending, so that I can use those in my magic as well. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you watch all the other ladies and their videos. They have some awesome stuff. So I will be putting all of the links down below. We do have a couple other channels of ladies that have joined us this week. So please watch for that, and watch for, like I said, all of the links down below to their channels. And I also have a watch list or a playlist for the Witchy Wisdom Wednesdays. If you want to do something like this as well, just use the hashtag Witchy Wisdom Wednesdays, and you will see down below in most of them what the next weeks are going to be. So if you want to jump in with us, by all means. And I am sending you love and light. Thank you.